motion is the House would ban the sale of wild animals meat. As what's happening now, the coronavirus outbreak has spread widely. This virus was found to originate from the meat of wild animals that are traded on the Chinese market. So to avoid this will getting worse and endanger human health, we as the government proposed this motion to ban the sale of wild animals meat. Today, me as a first speaker will be talking about 2 points. My first point is it has bad effect on human health, and the second is damage the ecosystem and break the food chain. And now we talk about my first point. It has a bad effect on human health. As we know that many people still sell wild animals meat such as turtle, monkey, snake, dog, rat, bat, and also monitor lizard. But not many people realize that it has a bad or negative effect on human health. And actually, wild animals are created to live freely in nature. It is contrast to pets. Wild animals eat whatever they find in the surrounding environment. It can be leftovers and garbage to fellow animals. For example, like wild dog, snake, and others that live freely in the streets. Stray dog will usually look for food in the trash, and also these animals eat other types of animals like mice too. Through the simple example, it can be concluded that the food consumed by wild animals is certainly very unhealthy for human body or for human health. And it can cause disease if the animals is used as human food. Bad bacteria or parasites in the body of wild animals certainly cannot be counted in numbers anymore. Because of the large number of these bacteria, it could be not only diarrhea that will attack human health in the human body, but hormonal imbalance to dangerous diseases such as coronavirus infection, which is certainly sweeping almost the entire world right now. What was explained before is also what was delivered by Simon Magnino, researchers from the World Health Organization or WHO, through a journal that entitled Biological Risk Associated with Consumption of Reptile Products. According to him, consuming wild animals can pose a microbiological risk from the presence of bacteria such as Salmonella, Shigella, and Campylobacter, and others. And this bacteria can cause disease with varying degrees of severity. On the other hand, it turns out that wild animals meat that are believed to contain various properties can also cause disease threats. This was delivered by Director of Community Nutrition Ministry of Health, or it called Kemenkes, Dian Proboyeksi Dipo at the interview from alinea.id. According to Dian, monitor lizard meat contains several bacteria in its body, such as trichinosis and Mycobacterium. Dian said humans who consume reptile meat can cause infection and damage to body tissue. While eating snake, Dian said it would risk releasing bacteria such as trichinosis and salmonella, and also this kind of bacteria, Salmonella bacteria, can cause poisoning and digestive problem. Even parasites in the snake's body can cause infection which will attack the intestine. My second point is damage the ecosystem and break the food chain. What I mean here is if wild animals meat continues to be consumed again and again, the balance of the ecosystem will be disrupted. It's because its types of wildlife carries the function as a natural balance chain. For example, a snake will eat mice. When the snake population decreases, the rat pets will increase, and it will attack the rice field of residents. That's why it will be very detrimental to human life. So, ladies and gentlemen, we as a government ban to sell the wild animals meat.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate today is that the House would ban the sale of wild animal meat. We, as opposite team, disagree with what previous Prime Minister said that the wild animal meat has a lot of bacteria in it. If we talk about bacteria, based on healthy.com, all animals can contain bacteria. For example, Salmonella bacteria. Salmonella bacteria do live in the body of animals such as beef, poultry, and pork. This bacteria can also be found in eggs, milk, and the way food processing can also be the cause. So my status quo is the public's bad view of the seller of wild animal meat. So today as a first speaker, I'll be talking to you about first the culture and tradition of eating wild animal meat. Second, some wild animal has a health benefit. The second speaker will be talking about first, ban the right to sell. Second, seller economic inequality. I'll be discussing 2 points as I said before. My first point is the culture and tradition of eating wild animal meat. This is because in some countries or regions, it is normal to consume or sell wild animal meat. For example, in Vietnam, they eat cat. In there, they refer to cat as a baby tiger. In China, they eat a lot of wild animal meat such as bat, dog, rats, snake, cat, and also rabbit. In Minasa, Indonesia, they also have an extreme market. The name is Tomohon Market. There are various kinds of wild animal meat such as snake, bats, rats, dog, monitor, lizard, monkeys, to kittens. Based on CNN Indonesia, in China they believe that a bowl of bat soup is considered of good luck because its word sounds like food, which means luck. Since 2000 years ago, snake soup has been considered a delicacy in Chinese culture. Snake soup is considered a high status because of its diverse ingredients and complicated preparation. The snake soup symbol of wealth, courage, and honor. Usually these foods are only served for officials and celebrities. Based on BBC.com, in Manado, they have a tradition of serving dishes called a unique meat to celebrate in holidays or special events such as birthday and weddings. With many wild animal sellers, this is proof that a lot of people still consume the wild animal meat because of the culture and tradition. So the government shouldn't ban the sale of wild animal meat. My second point, some wild animal meat has health benefit. When you hear people eating wild animal meat, may feel disgusting, but this animal provides a health benefit for human body. Based on liputan6.com, gecko is believed to treat asthma, skin diseases, and increase stamina. Because it's a very important properties, the price of gecko is sold up to billions. And also based on liputan6.com, scientists from Queen University Belfast won an award for their study of frog skin can be a cure for 70 major diseases. The researchers were prized a Medical Future Innovation Award in London. Based on ourodoctor.com, eating snake is believed to be able to overcome certain diseases and bring health benefits. However, these benefits cannot be obtained arbitrarily because not all types of snake can be used as a food and treatment. In addition to consuming meat and blooding, Other snake body parts that are believed to be able to cure several types of diseases are bile. Eaten snake bile, for example, is claimed to be able to treat high fever in children. In addition to pitons, consuming black snake bile and cobra can also be a cure for certain diseases. A study says that eating black snake bile can help treat leprosy. Keep in mind to be careful when consuming these snacks. After looking at some previous examples, we can see that wild animal has quite a number of benefits for our bodies, so the government doesn't need to ban the sale of wild animal meat. So, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, we against the government to ban the sale of the wild animal meat.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today I want to give rebuttal about leaders' opposition point. The first one is about the culture of eating wild animal. Maybe their ancestors in the past didn't know about this, but now technology is up to date and we can access information from anywhere. So people should know that their hereditary culture can hurt many people, even the world, like current coronavirus, whose source come from the bats which are eaten by Chinese people. And if their culture can hurt many people, they should leave their culture if they want. Second point is about some wild animals meat has health benefit. I think the health benefit in wild animal meat will not be as much as in livestock meat. Or it could be the meat of wild animal have benefits as well as harms in its body at the same time. And now let's move to my point. My status quo is many problems will arise if wild animals continue to be hunted for food. My first point is some animals become endangered. This is because on Earth we don't live alone. We live with some amazing and unique animals spread all over the world. However, not all animals can survive. The causes are various, but the saddest thing when the endangered animals are used as food. Many foods in the wild animal market use endangered animal flesh. Because of this, the population of some animals is decreasing because of rampant hunting there. The pattern of human consumption of meat also treated the existence of a number of animals that are now endangered. These endangered animals should be protected by government so that their uniqueness can still be seen by next generation. But in some countries, especially in China, actually it is animals because they often believe these animals have benefit. Even many people will say that Chinese people will eat anything on land. Example is reported from the THW. Giant salamander is an amphibian that looks like a giant lizard. In China, this animal belongs to a rare animal that is very protected. Moreover, salamanders are among the largest amphibian in the world. Like other endangered animals, salamanders are luxurious and exotic dishes in China. Even salamanders are known for their various property to cure disease. But the population is continue to decline up to 80% lately. Another example reported from jatina.com is beluga sturgeon fish. This ancient giant fish was once found along a river that stretches from Russia, central Italy, and northern Iran. However, due to overfishing of meat and eggs, the adverse effect of modern river infrastructure development in their migration path, the distribution of sturgeon only exists in two rivers, the Ural and Danube, and two foraging coves in Caspian and the Black Sea. Overfishing is easily explained by the price of caviar, which reaches thousands of pounds per kilo. The hunt also not only endangered sturgeon. International Union for Conservation of Nature said 27 beluga species, 15 of which are critically endangered conditions. My second point is wild animal can have the parasite or poison in its inner body. The habit of a group of people who often eat extreme animal meat turns out to be a quite risk of health. The reason is because it can pose a risk of being exposed to potentially deadly infectious organism. One reason is because of the animal's own diet. As we know, wild animals can eat whatever they find in the wild. The animals can eat organs, brain, small mammals, birds, and other reptiles, insects, and even stomachs and intestines of other animals. And sometimes the animals they eat are already have parasite or poison. If humans eat this exposed wild animal, their body can get parasite, bacteria, or even poison from these animals. Reported from the One Great Planet, here are some of adverse effects of consuming wild animal meat. First is rabies. According to Center of Disease Control report, only 10 people have ever survived this terrible disease. Therefore, this deadly disease can spread easily. Second is easy to contract disease. There are several diseases and infections found in the flesh of wild animals that can injure human health. For example, diseases and bacteria such as E. coli and Salmonella. There's also danger of bacterial infection such as anthrax, brucellosis, hepatitis, and leptospirosis, which can spread through the meat consumed by humans. Another impact of consuming wild animal meat is experiencing antibiotic resistance, which means the situation where bacteria or germs cannot be killed with antibodies. Another example, maybe we already know current condition that is a coronavirus comes from a bat that's eaten by Chinese people, and until now this pandemic is not over yet.
Hello to all of the audience. Today I will explain, give information about my points and also rebuttal from the theory points. From the first point, you told me that selling wild meat have good impact or benefit. So what does it matter? Besides, not all animals that are sold are extinct, like dogs, cats, bats, and etc. Every selling thing must have a reason, such as economic needs or regional tradition. And also from the point 2, you just focus on the negative impact that we got if we eat wild meat animals. Besides, wild animals has very good impact. Scientists from Queen's University in the past are winning awards for their study of frog skin that cure 70 major diseases. So there are many wild animals that benefit impact that we can get from the wild animals. Okay, the next I will tell about my point. First one, ban the right to sell. Each rule has been set up by the government for the societies, and it has been determined by some people who have possessed it. So if there's a change, of course there must be approval by some participants. If the right to trade for people is obliged, then it will be big problem. Trading is most activity for Indonesian people to increase their economy, whatever that is. So if the sale of wild animal meat is banned, then they will lose their right as Indonesian citizens. This not only takes away their rights, but also disvalues them as Indonesian citizens. The Indonesian Public number 7, 2014, Act on Trade is the national development software in area of economics that is designed and implemented to advance the general welfare through the implementation of equitable, sustainable environmental efficiency, autonomy, self-reliance, and by maintaining the balance of progress and unity of national economies as required by the Constitution of the Republic of Indonesia in 1945. It is clear from the regulation established that the straight the rights of the very citizen it is aimed at developing a country so that the government can shut down the state economy, much less providing them to thrive. Second point is solar economy inequality. Job is one way to meet people's needs and survive. Without it, there is no balance. The balance of life that has to be felt every day. Most jobs society in Indonesia are altered, such as selling food, fashion, furniture, and etc. If the government bans the sale of raw animal meat, it will cause some of the people, especially those from the market. The goal of selling meat from wild animal is because there are some people that like to eat them, and some people also make those of food tradition or customs. So they are selling them based on vendors' purpose. The main purpose of which is to make ends meet. So if it will be banned, it will certainly be an economic gap for the society. Result from my points. Thank you.
POI, please. Can you give me an evidence about your second point and also the name of the snack? Thank you.
I will answer question from Fatia. This has not yet happened, as I have explained before that if this continues again and again, then this will happen. According to the research from THW, according to the research from a journal Biological Conservation, he said if one of these animals is rare, then the food chain will be damaged and will impact to the human life. And about the kind of snack, the kind of snacks is all of the kind of snack that eat meat.
POI, please. If wild animals make our healthy becomes hard or sick, what about the people who make wild animal as traditional activities or customs?
And now I'll answer Rafi's question. This is because that habit or the culture has been going on since thousands of years ago, where natural conditions at the time had not been contaminated with harmful bacteria, which means it's totally different from the condition right now. The pollution, the chemical waste, and others, which is certainly wild animals' food then and now, the source is really different. That's why people in the past still okay to eat wild animals' meat, but not now anymore. We can realize it from this coronavirus and also the SARS virus in 2003, which became epidemic. Please. What do you think of China, Vietnam, and others about the new law that approved to ban the sale and consumption of wild animals' meat? Doesn't that mean there will be no more tradition and the culture will be disappear?
I will answer the question from speaker 1. We know that tradition is a habit of society which for generations has been carried out by various generations, and culture is a characteristic of a group or nation that should be preserved. So, can the government ensure that no one sell or consume wild animal meat anymore? I think it's impossible because it is not only done by one or two people but a group of people. I'm sure that a group of people will still carry out their tradition.
Please, are you sure all type of snake have benefits?
I will answer the question from speaker 2. I'm sorry, but I've stated clearly that these benefits cannot be obtained arbitrarily because not all types of snake can be used as food and treatment. POI, please. Can you give me an evidence about your second point and also the name of the snake? Thank you.
Okay, my PI answer for the leader opposition. I think wild animals are not just mammals, but there are also birds, reptiles, and even insects.
UI, please. Can you give me another example animals become endangered in our country if sellers selling wild animals meat?
Okay, my PI answer for deputy leader opposition. Example is Japanese pangolins. These animals is often traded illegally or in black market, and these animals is also often smuggled.
POI, please. If your sale is permitted, how do you ensure that there are no bad bacteria in the meat you sell? Don't you as a seller can endanger someone's health?
Okay, I will answer the Angela POI. Everyone has the right to sell and buy everything because it is everyone's right. Selling wild animals also has a reason, like North Sulawesi custom, where people eat wild foods.
PI, please. Can you? Okay, I can understand from the seller point of view, but the problem is whether the buyer doesn't know if the meat of wild animals they buy can save disease such as coronavirus case.
I will answer the Hilmi POI. When buying something for a reason, including wild foods, usually becomes a daily meal or tradition. The buyers are likely to be aware of the negative if the food is eaten.